Yes, hello everyone here. Myself Dr. Deepa Shivaji Zamindar. Today we are going to study one of the topic from your SY Become Commerce 4, that is your Indian financial market. Yes. Uh, so let us go to the next slide here. आने जाते हैं. Okay. Before we proceed, let us understand the meaning of Indian financial market. What is the financial market means? The financial market is in place where the financial securities are traded. What do you mean by financial securities like your equity shares, preference shares, then your debentures, cryptocurrencies. Okay, so financial market is in place where exactly we are dealing or we are trading the financial market. Like for example, in the vegetable market, we are trading what vegetables. Similarly, in the financial market, we are trading within financial securities. Yes. Uh, our Indian financial market divided into two categories, organized and unorganized. Today we are going to see the organized financial market. Okay. Um, Organized financial market is divided into two categories. That is your capital market and your money market. Let us see what the capital market means. The capital market is a market who is dealing in the long-term securities. Long-term security means the security which has a maturity more than 1 year. Yes. How can we differentiate between the money market and the capital market is capital market is a market when we are dealing in the long-term security who has a maturity of more than 1 year, like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, like that. Okay. So whenever the company has a requirement of the fixed capital to buy machinery, to buy properties, to buy shops and all, that time the company is going to go for a long-term capital. That's why they will issue equity shares, preference shares to get the capital. And as you know that no company will issue the shares for 1 year, 2 years. They always issue share for 10 years, 15 years, 25 years. Okay. So our Indian capital market classified into three categories. First is your industrial securities market, government securities market, and the long-term loan market. Let us see the first part, industrial securities market. The industrial security market is also called as a corporate securities market. Why? Because majorly the corporate firms like private companies, public company, they are raising fund from the corporate securities market or industrial security market. The major players are the company and the public, like your share market. Okay. So industry securities market is also called as a corporate securities market. They are providing a long-term fund to the companies. So your Reliance company, Tata company, whenever they require the huge amount of fund for the long term, they go and they are going and issuing shares and debentures. Okay. Our Indian capital market divided into two categories: primary market and secondary market. Let us see what mean by primary market is. Primary market is a market for the first hand securities. What do you mean by first hand securities? The securities which are allotted by the company directly. That is the original securities. That all IPO, FPO, allotment of shares are the example of your primary market. When as a investors, as a buyer, you are buying the shares directly from the company. Okay, that is your primary market. It is also called as a new issue market. There are different ways where we can buy the shares directly from the company. One is that you know very well, that is in public issue through prospectus when the company is following a proper allotment process. Secondly, by right issue when the company issuing shares, particularly equity shares, to their existing equity shareholders. Third is book building, where the company is issuing the shares by auction, by bidding to the investors. Offer for sale when the company issuing shares to the merchant bank. And the last and one is what? Private placement, where the company issuing shares to the institutional investors. So in private placement, in place of investing shares or selling shares to the particular individual, company selling shares to the institution like your LIC, like your bank. And instead of having a one shareholders, you have an institution as a whole as your shareholder. The benefit of private placement is what? You don't require to maintain the huge data of your large number of shareholders. So these are the areas, these are the ways whereby in the primary market we can issue shares to the public. Now come to secondary market. The secondary market is a market for the second-hand security. Like for example, in the IPO, that is in primary market, when the company is doing allotment of shares, and as the investors you buy that shares, you are become company shareholders, correct? And in you holding that shares, and in the future, whenever you have a requirement of money and you are trying to sell your shares, you will not go to your company back. You will go to stock market, or we can say secondary market. The example of your secondary market is your BSC, NSE. All stock exchanges, they are the example of your secondary market. That means in all stock exchanges, we are dealing in second hand securities. That security is already allotted by the company, purchased by someone as the investors, the shareholder first time, and now they are reselling it. So, like is in OLX, when we are like for example in OLX, we are buying the second hand product. Similarly, in the stock exchanges, we are buying the shares which are already sold by the company to XYZ person, and we are buying from them. So, in the primary market, we have a two parties. There are companies and the investors. Whereas in the secondary market, we have a two parties, that is buyer and the seller. That is A is sell to B. So it's a market for the second-hand securities, and they are dealing in second-hand securities. It is also called as a stock market or share market. Example, I already said BSC and NSE. It is an image which can be give you a clear-cut picture about difference between primary market and the secondary market. You can just see the company sales to investors. First image, that building is your company, and that girl is the investor. So that is in first image, first arrow. You can see that when the company XYZ is selling shares to that lady, it is called as a primary market, and now she is become the shareholder. And when she will sell the shares to the second person, investor B, it is a secondary market. That means in secondary market, the investor A is selling shares to investor B. Clear? So in first, company selling to investor A as a shareholders, and then Mr. A or the lady A will share to whom? Investor B. That is called secondary market. We have a distinguish of primary and secondary market. Okay. The primary market is only for new securities when we do not deal in the second hand securities. Secondary market is a market for the existing securities, which is already for sale by the company. The price of securities, it is determined by the management. The initially when you come out with the shares, the price is decided by the company and the company's management. Where in the secondary market, the price decided by whom? Decided by the demand and supply. If there's a more demand for your shares, price will be high. If there's a less demand for your shares, price will be low. Purchase and the sale, securities are sold to the investors directly, right? As I already said that in the primary market, we are selling the security directly to the investors, and it's just exchange of ownership. That is, ownership is transferred from Mr. A to Mr. B. Place of market is no fixed place from primary market. It's the company's office or the banker's office. Primary market is dealing. Well, secondary market, we have a BSC, NSE. We have a specific place for trading. Okay. Now the issue of securities, the issue of new shares by the company, yes, they are dealing the new securities. In the secondary market, security